Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your December outlook. Let's get right into your reading. King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. Wow. Right away, money issues come in. Being in control. King of Wands energy. Definitely coming in strong and dominant. You're coming in very, I want to say, in control this December, right? You're in control of your vision, what you're doing, your moves, you're making power moves, right? You're charging forward, you're confident, and you're doing things exactly the way you should be doing them, showing a lot of capability, strength, resolve, right? Money issues, Six of Pentacles come in as well, along with that strength and resolve. So you're going to have plenty of money this December, right? Things are going well for you, Gemini, right? You have enough money to help people out. There may be some money who's coming in for you this month who's going to need some of your help, who's going to need you to maybe lend them financial assistance or lend them sort of a step up in some kind of way, right? To something that you have to give. And you're very gracious about it. I think you're going to help this individual who's coming in, or you're going to give to this particular cause, right? For some of you, it may even be a cause, but it feels like it may be someone coming in. We're going to go deeper. And Ten of Swords. So towards the end, well, I want to say the end of the first part of December, there's a big change coming for you, okay? You're resonating up. You're going to be saying goodbye to a lot of the things that you may have been holding on to for quite some time that have hurt you. Some of the pain you've been carrying around, maybe some of the stress or trauma that you've been carrying around is finally going to start to resolve itself and dissolve out of your psyche a bit towards this end of December. So this definitely feels like the beginning of a reading for a Gemini that this December is really resonating up in a lot of ways. You may be getting a bit more mature. You're definitely coming into more money. You're taking good control of your life and absolutely beginning to say goodbye to some of the trauma that's been haunting you or with you. You know, it's almost as if this is a life change. Let's see. Hierophant. Wow. And the Hermit. Four of Swords. Wow. Yeah, you're going to be alone this month, right? You're going to be very solitary, doing a lot of things on your own. You're definitely going to be getting into your spiritual practice. This feels like a Gemini that's, I don't want to say getting older, but definitely maturing out of one stage of their life into another stage where you're fiercely independent. Your money situation is really good. You're prospering. You're progressing. You know, you may be promoting up in your job, or you may be going further with your career. You're saying goodbye to some of the darkness that's been in your life, you know, and definitely absolutely closing a chapter and saying goodbye to some of the pain that's been there, and really getting into much more of your own spiritual practice, following your own sort of heart. You're working alone a lot this month, right? But not alone in the sense of lonely, but alone in the sense of being highly independent, right? There's a lot of things that you're doing on your own. You're not necessarily going to be socializing a lot this month. You're really on your game when it comes to making money, increasing your money. And there's some things that you're deciding for yourself about your future that you're going to take your sweet time deciding. You know, yeah, you're definitely going to be sitting back and rethinking some of the things that maybe you had planned before, but in light of this kind of nice resonating up that you're having there, you're going to be taking your time making certain decisions about your future. Judgment comes in, the Sun, wow, and the Queen of Swords. This is a phenomenal reading, Gemini. Definitely saying goodbye to a lot of guilt, burden, judgment, trauma, stress that you may have been carrying around. Could have been bad memories, could have been memories that you have of even growing up, childhood memories, most recent past memories of maybe a difficult time. Coming out of that, you know, but in a very healthy way, Gemini. Okay, in a very healthy way. Judgment in the Sun comes in for you. There's clarity coming in. You're going to begin to understand some things that you didn't understand before in your life. You're going to begin to see some things from a point of view that allows you to let it go. It's not that you're just kind of forgetting about things that have happened and stuffing them away. It's literally resonating up to a place where you're really allowing true forgiveness. You're beginning to really understand some things. And this is why this feels like a reading for a Gemini that's saying goodbye to, I want to say, early life trauma, childhood trauma, being raised in a certain environment trauma, or a Gemini who's just going through a really difficult period these last 5 years, I want to say even, right? And coming this December, this period, and again, times are flexible here in the time that I'm doing this reading, but it's not like it's boom right away this December. But for sure, during this month, for some of you, the journey may have started a month or two ago. So for some of you, it's starting right now. But definitely this general period, especially December, you are resonating up to a place where your maturity is bringing you an insight and understanding to things that you didn't understand before. And it's allowing you to finally truly understand, why certain things happen in your life, and really truly forgive people, forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive the fact that it happened, and really say goodbye to it. And what comes in is such a sense of self and honesty in who you are. Your confidence, that sun is tying together a lot of strong energy. First, letting go of some of that guilt, but also tying in that strong Queen of Swords energy where clarity comes in. You're very, very confident. You're extremely honest about who you are, right? What you want. And you demand it from others. You demand honesty from others too. It's a place where you are resonating up, but you're also insist that those that you, I want to say, associate with, deal with, interact with, you insist on them being on a certain level as well. Or else they may not be worth your company, or they may not be, up to what you desire in terms of a standard of friendship or standard of the type of individual you want in your life. It's not about judging people, but it's about knowing who people are and deciding whether or not you want that type of person to be in your life, if you want that type of energy in your life or not. It doesn't actually have anything to do with judgment, but it definitely has something to do with a certain standard you carry for yourself, and insisting that others have that standard too. This is a beautiful sort of, you're transcending, you're reaching another stage, you're progressing, you're rising, definitely resonating higher, coming into a more full, mature, prosperous stage in your life. Let's pull, decisions, the Empress, Knight of Swords. Interesting. There are decisions that are coming in for you. And that's what I said earlier, this Four of Swords. You're being very, very patient about a particular decision you're finding yourself having to make about how to progress forward. And here comes that Two of Swords as well as a clarifier. Yes, there is a decision coming in that you're going to really have to think long and hard about how you approach it. Empress is coming in, and Knight of Swords also. So right now, also, again, a highly creative period for you, right? Empress energy is very creative. She's very strong. She's very nurturing. And you're going to be spending some time nurturing yourself, I want to say. Very much nurturing yourself, nurturing who you are. As I said, there's a feeling here, Gemini, that if you're resonating with this reading, you're definitely going to be doing a lot of soul searching in a sense of defining who you are spiritually, defining, how you want to live your life, right? And doing that from a very nurturing, loving, and sort of honest way, right? You're growing into your feminine energy as well. Towards the end of the month, you're making like some serious decisions about what type of things you're going to allow to be in your way, what kind of obstacles. You're cutting away obstacles. You're cutting ties with people who hold you back. You're not dealing with situations that aren't up to your level. Whatever is stopping you, you have this immense amount of confidence and understanding coming in. And whatever is stopping you or tries to stop you, you're just going to cut away out of your life. Your ability to think, be logic, and have clarity, be logical and have clarity is really at an all-time high for you, especially towards the end of the month. Let's get some oracle cards just to see what energies. Beautiful reading. A lot of money coming in for you, Gemini. A lot of money, and a lot of just like beautiful, I want to say, self-nourishing, self-nurturing energy. You are just being so good to yourself on so many levels this month. All right. Okay. What did I say? This is funny. Surprise, spirit of the tower, spirit of the sun. Just as I say, spirit of the tower, surprises, shifts, big changes. This is a huge shift. Excuse me, spirit of the tower, surprises, shifts, big changes. This is a huge shift for you. As I said, you're resonating up. You're coming out of the darkness. You can see in this card, coming out of the darkness into this sort of, sunlit area, pasture up ahead, where everything is beautiful and bright. And then you have with that spirit of the sun, energy, vitality, resurrection. As I said before, there is a spirit here of you resonating up and resurrecting almost into your next stage, your next skin. The next skin that you're in is more creative, more vital, more energetic, more flexible, more understanding. It's just beautiful. And that spirit of the tower, spirit of the sun is right there to push you on. This is an excellent reading, Gemini. To recap, this is going to be a great month for you. King of Wands coming in, money coming in, saying goodbye to old traumas and old toxicity, pain, sorrow, getting into your own, being very independent this month, taking care of yourself. You may be getting spas, you may be getting massages, you may be doing really creative things, taking your time to make the right decisions, and being very active about cutting away or cutting ties with anything that's been toxic, a full sort of cleaning of house. Sun comes in, blessings come in, energy, vitality comes in, big shifts. Some of you have been dealing with stress or have been dealing with sleeping issues. They may even get better. Your insomnia may even start to get a little bit better. This is all excellent coming in for you this December. Wonderful reading for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for coming to Bow and Arrow Tarot. My name is Dorothy. I wish you love, light, and peace, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye-bye now.